And pleasure seekers, welcome back to Desire Dialogues, where we dive into all things juicy, sexy, and absolutely pleasurable. I'm your host, Sex Coach Lauren, here to help you unlock your deepest desires and take your pleasure to the next level. So today we're going to explore the concept of our very own pleasure map. So you're like, okay, Lauren, what does that mean? Well, it's all about discovering what really turns you on beyond the cliches and societal expectations. So, you ready to discover your personal pleasure zones? Ooh, let's get started. So, we're going to break down what a pleasure map is, how to identify your triggers and your turn-ons, and then I'm going to guide you through some fun exercises to help you tune into your body, your senses, and your desires. So, whether you're single, partnered, multi-partnered, this episode is for anybody to get more in touch with what really feels good for you. So, the concept of a pleasure map is a tool for self-discovery. This is going to be a unique personal exploration of the things, like the places, the people, and the activities that bring you pleasure. So your pleasure map will be a collection of all those things that really turn you on, make you feel alive, and really help you connect to your senses. So, all right, why it matters? Well, when we understand what turns us on, it really enhances our intimacy, our confidence, and also our self-awareness. It's really an empowering tool to guide you in both, solo and partnered experiences, no matter what you're doing. So the things that influence your pleasure map, we have social conditioning. Oh my gosh, all the things you see in the media, right? Also your upbringing, like, who around you, maybe made you feel a little bit negative about your sexuality, maybe suppressed you a little bit. And what about your culture? Did you have a cultural upbringing where sexual exploration and sexual identity and like expression were not a good thing, right? So when we explore fantasy versus reality, sometimes what we fantasize about may surprise us or may be a deeper reflection of our emotional needs. So the mind-body connection. So pleasure is more than just physical. Emotions, thoughts, and experiences all play a role in this. So when we understand how the mental, physical, and emotional factors blend, they all kind of shape our desires. Pleasure beyond the bedroom. So when we explore the connection between pleasure and daily life, so like activities like taking a hot bath, receiving a compliment, enjoying a favorite scent, dancing, these can all be triggers for pleasure responses. So let's break down pleasure into the 5 senses, because pleasure isn't just about sex. It's about feeling it all, feeling alive, and being present with all of those senses. So let's start with sight. What visually turns you on? Is it watching someone, move with confidence? Is it seeing sensual art? Is it movies? Is it porn? Is it watching your partner masturbate? Is it watching yourself masturbate? How about touch? What kind of touch feels electric for you? So some people like that really light caress. Some people like the firm pressure, which is me, massages, and then you have textured fabrics like a fuzzy pillow, satin sheets, a silky bathrobe. How about your sound? What sounds excite or relax you? So you can have voices, natural sounds, soft whispers like ASMR. How about some different voices? Is it your partner's voice? Is it that really hot guy that you listen to your smut book on Audible and you love the way he speaks? How about smell? Which scents for you are going to be linked to arousal or relaxation? A few of my favorites are lavender, sandalwood, pheromones. Oh my goodness, that's actually somebody's particular specific scent. So I sell an incredible pheromone cologne that actually mixes with your body chemistry and produces your personal fragrance, which is very nice. All right, last sense. How about the taste? So, like, which tastes or flavors bring you pleasure? Example, how about like citrus fruits, chocolate, spicy foods, the old cliche, strawberries dipped in chocolate, or is it a shared meal? So let's get to the next segment where we're going to exercise a couple of things that will really help you map your pleasure. So, we can put all this into action. So for this exercise, we're going to take a moment and I want you to focus on each of your senses. We'll go through them one by one. I'm just going to ask you some questions and I want you to tune in and listen to your body's responses. There is no need to judge, just observe. So first, sight. What do you love looking at? Is it a certain person's smile? Is it a piece of art? Or the sight of a sunset? Or the flickering flame of a candle on the bedside? Is it a fireplace? Next, touch. When you think about touch, what feels best for you? Is it soft, silky sheets? Is it the feeling of being held? Do you enjoy deep pressure, or are you into that more light, teasing touches? All right, how about sound? Do you respond to certain sounds? Maybe the sound of your lover's voice, some ambient music, or nature sounds like rain, or whales, or frogs, or crickets. And if you like any of these things, think of that sound. How do these sounds make you feel? And I understand each sound can make you feel a different way. How about smell? What sense do you associate with pleasure or relaxation? So think maybe about a perfume, the smell of fresh flowers, fresh sheets, some lavender, or your favorite food. You got spaghetti and meatballs cooking in the kitchen. How do these smells impact your mood? Taste. What flavors excite you? And I'm not talking about that friggin' really, really hot buffalo wing sauce. But is there a taste that turns you on? And is there a taste that makes you feel grounded? Maybe, a special flavor, a drink, or a dish that enhances your experience. So I want you to take note of these responses. Please pause and re-listen and go back and jot down these things, all right? So your pleasure zones are right there waiting to be reactivated. This is, especially the next time you feel disconnected from your body, revisit this list. So let's create this list together. I hope you got a pen and paper. Open your notes app. You can do that too. I want you to write down your turn-ons, and your turn-offs. These are going to be your pleasure indicators. Your turn-ons are going to be like in a car, it's your accelerator. And your turn-offs is going to be when you hit the brakes, right? Turn-ons, like what lights you up? This could be things like a certain type of affection, a certain type of love language, words, actions, moments of deep connection. How about turn-offs? What kills the mood for you? These could be things like certain phrases, situations, specific behaviors, aggressive or not aggressive enough, and emotional triggers. I really want you to be honest with yourself because sometimes it's not just about physical pleasure. It's emotional, situational, or mental. And your list can give you a clear insight into your desires as well as your needs. So, my friends, some practical takeaways here. Keep a pleasure journal. So I want you to write down moments when you experience pleasure, whether big or small. Regularly check in with your senses. Like, what feels good today? What shifted for you? And you can use your pleasure map to guide your actions. So you can apply your findings to enhance your solo pleasure practices or deepen intimacy with a partner or partners. You can even ask your partner about their pleasure map. How can you meet each other's needs more fully? So this week, I encourage you to use a sensory check-in exercise at least once and map out your personal turn-ons and turn-offs. Don't be afraid to get curious about what feels good. And I would love to hear about your experiences, so please always feel free to send me an email at coachlaurengoyette@yahoo.com and share with me. Let's keep this conversation going. If you found this episode a nice treat to listen to, please go ahead and follow. You can rate it or you can just share with a friend. Your pleasure is important. Don't forget to embrace it. And then until next time, I hope you keep exploring, you stay curious, and always prioritize your pleasure. So, what do you desire to find after you utilize this pleasure map? My friends, if you need personalized and more in-depth mentorship and coaching around your pleasure, I am here for you. I guide individuals and couples to fully step into what feels so sexually authentic that there's no way to look back to a point where you didn't know what you wanted. You didn't feel so stinking good walking into that bedroom. You didn't feel so powerful and empowered by sharing what you want because you know exactly what you want and how to be touched. If you want your sex life to go from meh to marvelous, I got you. All my links are down below. I have a couple of fun things upcoming. I have a monthly membership. You can binge it like Netflix. And also, I have some really fun new courses that will be available this year. So, my friends, I want 2025 to be the time for you to revive your sexuality. Your sexual health is more important than maybe you give yourself credit for, right? Maybe you don't really take it into account. And until next time, my friends.